I got to disconnect that Bluetooth. Whoop. I want some lights though. See if I got my little mini disco ball. Woo! Groovy. What's up with the... Oh. I want some lights though. I love fall, Ma. I ain't a fan of holidays. I love fall. I love the seasons, and then they tie stupid holidays with the season. And instead of people getting excited about the season, they get excited about the stupid holiday because they hijack people's emotions. Look at who's back there rolling around. She feels better. Got 14 teeth removed. That wasn't even all of them. She's happy, girl. Alright, I gotta try and figure out this light situation. Oh, shit. I don't think we need the heater anymore. You're gonna get up soon. This thing's hella dope. Look at this ceiling. Ooh. I guess if you have sensitivity to lightness, don't look. That's cool. Eat some, hang out with the fun guy and watch that. We used to hang out with Alice D, and watch Beyond the Mind's Eye. Oh, here she comes. Big girl coming. Come on, honey bear. There. I'm listening to a song by a band called Concrete Blonde. If this ain't the #1 anthem of a woman can't save a man, I don't know what is. It's a great song, though. Concrete Blonde is one of my favorite groups of all time. Even though. Alright, girl, go walking past. It's giving me funny eyebrows. Go ahead, girl. My dog is walking past. Mom's still sleeping. Salutations. Greetings from Marge. I'm a Heyoka. I'm an empath. I just like to have these little talks and try and show people how easy it is to articulate your feelings instead of having them come out sideways in violent ways, because that's what people are doing across the collective. I know I got anger issues. I had to get past them. Plus, my gut country gave to me freaking 8 anthrax vaccines. You got 2 at a time. I got 2 at a time in the special study I was in. Yeah, it's nice. So, anyway, I'm going to talk about what ifs today, because I don't like the imposed reality. I'm in the midst of having an astrology reading done. Mom had my first chart done when I was born, 51 and a half years ago. And back then they did them on parchment paper, and I remember one time I was probably 3 years old, she laid it all out, and I got to look at it, and I went up to, and I got my hand smacked because I couldn't touch it because your hands have oils and that would soil the paper. I never got to see that chart ever again, but I always tracked astrology. And other people are tracking it more, and as much as I appreciate and my own perspective, I'm here to share experience with other people, and I think I might have found a soul sister, like, that is like so congruent that my ±2 latitude longitude theory she supports that. And she lives in Australia and she's doing my chart. And so I looked up latitude, longitude like I do. Because where you're born is very significant on how your story is going to play out. It's an indicator on the course and the path of you take of which you live your life. I mean, so many people are living a life that was laid out before them that they didn't even choose. Their legacy is not their own. My legacy is my own. It's breaking those generational curses and becoming more than just born and raised wherever you are, wherever that may be. Because there's so much more to life than one place and one experience. So my latitude and longitude where is it? Where are those screenshots at? Hi, pretty girl, you gonna go up the stairs? Okay, it's not there. Is it in the conversation? Yeah. Hi, Stanley. Mom, I made a TikTok with Mom and it's made over... It's almost at 10,000 views because she's so cute. Alright, so where I was born... Wait a minute. San... In 34.10 latitude and longitude, and as far as I'm concerned, that is more like a radio coordinates than anything. So we're like little drops of freaking data and information that are dropped on this earthly plane by radio coordinates. And then, hey Stanley, what's up? So I started out at 34.110 north, and then 117.29 west. And where this lady is that's doing my astrology report right now, where she is on the other side of the earth, she's at 37.90 south and 145 east. Good girl, honey bear. But I'm in Taos right now, so we're going to talk about now. So I'm in Taos. And Taos is 36.4 north, 105 west. And she is in 37.9 south. Good girl. You want it over there or over there? Alright, we'll turn this off. Alright, I'll turn off the light. She don't like the lights either. She's taking Tucker's place. So I'm at 36 north and she's at 37 south, which is like the exact opposite. I think it's funny how people tune into other people. I've watched her videos for 5 years. I started out, probably longer, because I started out in Oregon. And she does all kinds of social media. I get so busy in my world that I pay less attention to other people's, but I mostly tracked her astrology because I think she's an Aries. And like attracts like, so I'm gonna appreciate her opinion, even though I still appreciate other people like Virgo's opinion. I do, and Leo's. I just the blind spots. I don't know if I have them or they do. And somebody's got blind spots, and it makes them. But Anyway, I keep coming across Mom's stuff. Mom had the best penmanship. It was so pretty. Dude slammed Mom's head in the car door. Interrogation of 3 steps. This is March 28, 2001. I was in tech school. And Mom's writing down stuff like 1, release, simplify, discard. 2, maintenance, cleanliness to godliness. 3, repair. 4, improvement. And it's funny because she was 51 when she was going through this. And I'm 51 right now. And I'm going through this. I am downsizing. Right now, I'm trying to get rid of all that stuff. So the what ifs. Anyway, I want to talk about that. So the way I look about things is like also when we're born, it's our coordinates. It's our, and we decide what our own personal true north is going to be based on our coordinates. And when we're born, there's stars in the sky that are based off of gods. And we have placements in the sky that create potentialities within each and every one of us that animate that discern how we're going to navigate the course of our lives. So that is how I see we are of the gods. Is because we are born at placements where they are active and stories come alive, and then we come alive with our animation and stories come alive. And what are we going to do with our anime? What we always done before? No, not me. I fought wars so I could teach people of peace, because they are not necessary, and they're to inflate a man's ego, among other things. Understand, last year, whenever they talk about budgets and how, oh, there's never enough for the people that really need it, but there's, you know, they're doing, it's like, my brother is the program, and he always told me, he told me to put my mother in a convalescent home and to get rid of 2 of my beloved sweet dogs and to go to work so I could feed a system, and he could make $240,000 a year for writing letters to the office of this and the office of that for the state of this and the state of that. When he grew up with lack, he became part of the system and I became the infiltrator. It's a wonderful story. I have the I got a comment because I suspect things. I don't have time to sit down and like know every little aspect about my chart. That's why I like listening to people tell their stories, and they speak of placements, and then I say, well, where's my placement there? And then I look it up and I'm like, huh, I'll be damned. And so today I got confirmation. Community, you all published. I don't like how somebody else decides how my view's gonna go. And that's what they do when they, that's all this intelligence artificial stuff is they relinquish control. If you just say, okay, whatever, do whatever you want, that's what I did for years. Okay, American government, do whatever you want. We're going to trust you to make the right decisions. And then I became a part of the military. And I was like, oh, this is why single mothers and fathers have not enough to feed their children and have to go without. This is why. So people can play made-up reindeer games. Do what we say in the name of powers and democracies, and if you don't, we're gonna bomb your shit. Fucking what is that crap? Like, that's like so machismo shit. That is the denial of the feminine. I used to behave like that. I used to be a machismo in a woman's body. Couldn't rectify for a long time the femininity in me that I was a woman. Make no mistake, there was only a small fraction of a time when I was a young girl that I wanted to be male, and then thank God I was introduced to a prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change things I can, wisdom to know the difference between things I can't change, things I can. And if I gotta have surgery and be cut up by shit to make my will over nature's, maybe I need to spend more time in nature's. Nature's was always my salvation. I always ran off into the woods whenever things got too much, too many instructions. Mom, I can't go to school. They want me to do too many things I don't want to do. It hurts my brain. I knew a long time ago Earth was in trouble because they keep making institutions and they keep putting spirits in boxes, and boxes cannot, and spirits cannot be contained. So we need to make environments that make it more conducive to people that don't want to play the reindeer games. They don't want to be part of your stupid systems. They don't want to go to fucking DMV like cattle, reversed engineered cattle. Like, why do we have to pay to drive on a road? It's stupid. All of it. What, all the money that we spend to pay for fleets, for agencies to get their cars serviced every 6 months. So understand, moms, dads don't have enough money to feed their kids. I don't care about holidays and presents and all that stupid shit. But they don't have enough food, enough money to pay utility companies when freaking CEOs where I live, fucking Louis Reyes makes $370,000 a year in Taos, New Mexico. And I live in this little crap can that keeps the elements off us, but still my electricity bill gets up over $250 a month. Right now it's at 82, but it'll, because they gouge, because I got to pay for some dude that sits at a desk in his little fucking Wranglers jeans and his little button-up shirt with this Taos Tigers high school fucking bumper sticker on his F-350. When our electricity bills are paid for not only him, but all 5 of his kids and their wonderful lives too. And this is all the shit that has to stop. Like, people are like, oh, welfare is giving people money for nothing. I ain't never met a fucking single mom that did nothing. I didn't, even the ones that weren't very good. Because I grew up around women that fucking busted their ass and they fucking sold their ass to take care of their kids. Instead of, what, a state giving freaking, why not military members get, it's like welfare, military members get like $500 every kid they get. Like, why, why doesn't everybody on Earth just be born to have everything you need, because the world ain't going to take care of you? Because we're just animals, for shit's sake. That's all human beings are. We're just mammals. Mammals are filthy fucking dirty pigs without tails and snouts. Humans are filthy. They just spend a lot of effort in trying to cover up how ugly and gross that is. And even the administration of the country in which I live is fucking riddled with perversion and creeps. And I know who they are, because they all feel the same. They all wear the same suits because they all go to the same tailor, and they all wear the same shoes and drive the same cars. They just give themselves away with all that they are. I was 13 years old when I read the account of what happened to me as a 10-month-old baby. That was the first time I reckon I was disassociated. Second time I was probably 6 when I almost drowned in Whiskey Town Lake. Mom thought I was screwing around, so nobody came to save me. I never acted like I was in trouble. So I don't know why she thought I was faking it that day, but homeboy The man she didn't want to get up from his side to leave to come see about me. He was the one that was like, shit, girl's in trouble. I saw the light that day. I also saw the light a couple years later when I grabbed that electric fence on that ranch. Nobody told me there was such a thing as an electric fence and that you shouldn't grab it, and I did. That was the day. That was the day I met one of my intangible guardian angels. One I couldn't see. It knocked me off the fence. And then there was the time that Mom was having an episode and was driving recklessly in a big moving box truck at 70 miles an hour on a frontage road with ditches on both sides, and turned off the headlights and said, if you have faith in God, you better put all your faith in that God right now, and that God will make sure you're going to end up okay through this. So, when people don't believe in higher powers and things outside themselves, I just can't even comprehend that, because if it wasn't for those things, I wouldn't be here, because other people or other beings on this earth surely haven't given their hand in making sure that my life is any comfortable and less for the wear and tear, including my own family. See, I'm one of those scapegoats that's born to those free men. I didn't even know this story existed. That's how it got past me. I got duped. They got me. So I didn't even know it existed, but I was the sacrifice. I'm the throwaway. And that's for a story for later, but it is a remarkable story. That's why it's so important that I take such good care of Mom, because, man, the terrible fates in which she saved me from far surpass the ones that I was subjected to. I assure you that. So, I owe her, And plus, she came into this world institutionalized. What kind of a monster would put their own mother in an institution after she was freaking born with 2 club feet, deformed? Her family threw her away, looked at her as cursed, and put her in an orphanage in El Paso, Texas in the 50s, where terrible, terrible, terrible things happened to her. My brother, a part of the system, that's the kind of monster. So monsters exist. I know who they are. I'm related to them. I have their blood in me. Their demons are my demons. I just bless and release, as Mom always taught me. Huh, Ma? Vengeance is not mine. Vengeance is all else's things that aren't mine. Anger, stress is a killer, man. It shortens your life. It ages you. It makes you get old earlier. And what's even worse than stressors is the things that people do to alleviate their stressors. That's even worse. That'll shorten your life even more. And these are things that I've contended with and have known about since I was a little kid. It's just, now, are you going to do something about it, or are you just going to keep putting it off every day until there's some detrimental consequence? So, anyway, you about ready to get up, little Ma? You waking up? You cute? No. You too cute for words? No. Alright, it's about enough for now. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a rad day. You're so nice. You're so cute.